Coming to you from a Mask Up Arizona.
Some conditions apply. See municipality for details. This is
We've Got Issues. This mask makes my glasses fog up. I wanted to say once again that this has been a crazy week. But let's face it, this limbo of cowardly politicians, lack of leadership, and outright negligence to do the simplest of things to keep our community safe is beginning to replace what we once considered normal.
This week, we saw everything from the SCOTUS declaring that all LGBTQ plus people are protected under federal law, to POTUS declaring that getting rid of a deadly virus is as simple as not testing anymore. I would say that you cannot make this stuff up. But the truth is you can. The only problem is that no one would actually believe you.
While we waited for the DACA decision on Monday, the Supreme Court ruled that workplace discrimination based on gender and sexual orientation is illegal. SCOTUS ruled that it is not okay for employers to discriminate against LGBTQ plus folks.
So that's definitely a major win, especially since the conservative judges were the ones that issued the decision, the 6-3 decision to give LGBTQ people workplace rights.
Yeah, and in the meantime, you know, our favorite childhood author is on the wrong side of this whole issue.
Yeah, I was just as surprised as you were when it came out that J.K. Rowling is anti-trans. Well, I mean, she's been anti-trans for a while, but her doubling down is just extremely disappointing.
And that somehow Trump's Supreme Court seems to be better than her somehow.
Yeah, good job, Neil Gorsuch.
I'm going to take this off. In this week's COVID-19 update, we saw a heart-wrenching story on 12 News from the Aguirre family.
Let's watch.
Very frustrating. Very painful. Devastated.
Ricardo Aguirre says the past month has taken a deep toll.
You have no idea how much I've cried. I've literally run out of tears.
Aguirre says he's had one family member after another with COVID-19.
Some people just don't get it. This is real. 5 family members have died. Myself, my wife, my kids, my brothers tested positive. I mean, how many more people, like I mentioned, have to die?
The fight, not only painful emotionally.
I've had a heart attack 3 years ago, and it was painful, but this was 10 times more painful.
But physically, too.
When I was in the hospital, the 2 things that were constant was the chest pain, the shortness of breath, and the backache.
Aguirre says his mom and dad are both still in the hospital.
Well, they're in stable condition, but they're still in ICU.
He's now frustrated with Governor Ducey and is concerned over the surge in cases and the status of hospital capacity.
I'm calling him out right now. How many more people got to die before he does something about it? How many more people have to be in the hospital?
He wants action.
When he's out in public, he's not wearing a face mask. When you're a great leader, you lead by example.
He lost 5 family members, and
his entire family has tested positive.
Yeah, and he had it. I mean, it's insane that until just today, Ducey has been walking around without a mask, calling, you know, the lives that could be lost, that he could have prevented. He called all that circumstantial evidence, and that's why he didn't act on it. He had to wait till our family members die until he'll do something about it. Like, I'm glad that he stepped up today with somewhat of a backbone to give political cover to mayors to do something about this, you know. But as a governor, what are all these half measures? Like, where's the leadership? And why is it, you know, not good enough to prevent death, and you need actual stats of dead people to do something?
It's the worst part about it is that this is all we had to get to the most affected place in the whole world.
The world.
We are the Arizona. The state of Arizona is the worldwide leader as of today, June 17th. We are the worldwide leader in COVID cases per capita. I personally am glad that he's, I guess, starting to take more steps. Like today in his press conference, he started urging Arizonans to wear a mask everywhere in public. He basically made it so mayors could implement mandatory mask rules. But this was after weeks of saying we have the hospital beds for it. We have the hospital capacity.
And walking around without a mask, amongst other things.
There was a picture of him at a sushi bar without a mask on and not social distancing. Like, they were shoulder to shoulder. And you have places like Old Town that are just open, crowded with people that are partying and with no regard to each other, no regard to our communities. He has the authority as the governor to implement a statewide mask mandate.
Yeah, like Howie Fisher said, the pandemic doesn't end between the borders of Phoenix and Tempe.
Yeah, and having this patchwork of cities implementing their mask mandates, it's going to make it really easy for bleed and crossover to happen. I mean, there are no walls in between our city lines. There are no walls in between our city limits. I can drive from one part of Phoenix, one part of the valley to the next, and pass through like 20 different mask mandates. So it's going to take a lot of organized measures. The mayors of each of these individual cities and townships and unincorporated areas, that's 4.5 million people in Maricopa County alone that are affected by this patchwork of mask requirements.
How many cities and towns is it just in the metropolitan Phoenix area?
As far as cities, I think I counted 27 on the list that I looked at.
Jesus.
It's upwards of, like I said, it's 4.5 million people. So that's 4.5 million family members, 4.5 million neighbors, 4.5 million friends, and members of our community that are at risk.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Ducey.
Yeah, thanks, Ducey. Last week, City Council voted to fully fund the Civilian Review Board and the Office of Accountability and Transparency. This all happening with temporary COVID dollars and savings from closed pools, closed senior centers, and basically not a sustainable source of money. This week, Black Lives Matter Phoenix Metro, Poder in Action, Black Phoenix Organizing Collective have all demanded a no vote on the budget since it gives $725 million to the Phoenix PD. So we're getting reports just a couple minutes ago that the budget passed 6-3 with full funding to the Phoenix PD.
Yeah.
It just shows that even though you're bad at your job and you are literally hurting people, you can still get a hefty raise.
Wow. In other news, there's been a chokehold ban from the Phoenix Police Department. Seems like the least they could do, like the very least they could do.
And then Plea comes out saying, if we can't choke them, I guess we gotta shoot them.
That would be I didn't believe you if that wasn't a direct quote.
Okay, in a press conference, the president of Plea came out and said exactly that. And it's just like, why? Why do you want to hurt people? Isn't it your job to protect and serve?
If you can't choke them, I guess you gotta shoot them.
You gotta shoot them. So here are a couple things that you can do in order to fight against police brutality and support Black Lives Matter and support the Black Lives Matter movement. There are a couple pages that you can follow locally to get more updates on how to be involved. The first one is Black Phoenix Organizing Collective. It's run by a friend of ours, and you can follow them on Twitter at BlackPHXOC. And the next one, also run by a couple friends of ours, Poder in Action, and we shout out Poder in Action often on our show. And that's Poder, Poder in Action, ACTION on Twitter. Next is Black Lives Matter Phoenix Metro. And next is Black Lives Matter Phoenix Metro. It's BLMPHX Metro. And they're the good Black Lives Matter, not the poser Black Lives Matter. But we can talk about that one another time.
Yeah, that's politics.
That's politics. But anyway.
We don't talk about politics on this show.
No, not at all. But once again, it's BLMPHX Metro on Twitter.
And this next one threw me, so you explained it to me, so...
Yeah, okay, so this next one is called WhitePAWS Phoenix, and that stands for White People Against White Supremacy Phoenix. And they can be followed at White, WHITE, PAWS, PAWS, PHX. Yeah,
and check out that logo. That's a work of art.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised Joe Boxer hasn't sued him for copyright infringement at this point.
Don't put that in the universe.
Knock on wood.
And honestly, visit these pages and find their donation pages if you have the means and help them do this work that's incredibly important right now. And we all need it. The world needs it.
Yeah, $10 a month to each of these organizations. That's $40 out of your pocket. And it makes it a lot easier for these folks to continue to do the anti-racism work, the police accountability work, and to decarcerate some of our friends and family and our neighbors.
Yeah. And follow Fuerte. Follow us.
Yeah, we do as much as we can to support y'all. But that we can be found at Fuerte, FUERTEAZ, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Visit our website, subscribe to our stuff.
Fuerte.org. We've Got Issues, a Fuerte Network production. We've Got Issues was written by Progress Now Arizona in collaboration with Senya and Dom. Special thanks to Emily Kirkland, Living United for Change in Arizona, Puente Human Rights Movements, Corina Iribe Brumo, and Valencia, and anyone on the rational side of politics in Arizona.
Audio engineering and video by Danny Orona and Sun Digital. Audio and video editing by Dom Medina. Mask acquisition and overall snark by Senya Orona.
Thank you.
Bye.